Welcome to the video, guys. This is Ryan Knows Tech from techinform.us, and I'm going to be doing the installation here of a 2.5-inch SATA hard drive in a early 2010 MacBook Pro. This installation is going to work with any MacBook Pro, any MacBook, or MacBook Air in the past. Actually, the MacBook Air, maybe not, because they're using the smaller drives in there. But, you know, get the idea. MacBook Pro. The 2.5-inch SATA drive. It's actually really easy, and if your Mac looks any different than this on the bottom, on the underside, you probably have a compartment here. That'd be a late 2008 MacBook in aluminum, or the MacBook Pros a long time ago had that. So all we're going to need for this is a very small screwdriver, because there's 10 Phillips head screws around the perimeter of the back of the notebook. Obviously, make sure that it's turned off, not sleeping, everything is backed up, and it's pretty easy from here. So we'll go ahead and get those screws out and talk to you in a second. Alright, that was real easy. I just used this little screwdriver I have here. It's real small. I just used, this is actually a flathead, but you can use either if it's small enough. So 10 screws, you've got 7 very small ones, as I have over here. I'll try to zoom in on it. And those 7 small ones are, well, I'll go with the larger ones. There's 3 larger ones, and they go at the top of the notebook. So you have your black hinge at the top. 1, 2, 3 are the long ones here. And then the top left starts the small ones, and then the small screws continue the rest of the way around the machine. That would be important. So after we've got all those screws off, I'm just going to kind of pick this piece of aluminum up by that back plate. It is super thin and so light, and you could probably actually clean some dust out from in there while you have it off. But here's the inside of the MacBook Pro. This happens to be a 13-inch. I've seen the 15s and the 17s. Just a little bit bigger, more stuff in there. If you are interested in that RAM tutorial I mentioned in yesterday's video, somebody asked me how to put RAM in here. I had a video on the channel before, but now that I've got it open, I'll just show you. It's pretty simple. The RAM is right here. It's these green things held in by clips. There's 2 bays, and they're on top of each other. If you're talking about RAM, it is DDR3 laptop RAM. So you just pull those clips apart from each other. It pulls up at about a 30-degree angle, and then pull it straight out towards you. I got this RAM from OWC. Otherworldcomputing.com or something like that. I have got 8 gig in here, so this is a 4 gig stick, and the one below it is also 4 gigs. And then to push it back in, push it in at a 30-degree angle, and then straight down, and it'll click. And there's 2 in there. Just repeat the process for the second one. But we've got this open, so here's the hard drive. This is currently a Hitachi 5400 RPM 320 gig. Now I only got another 320 gig because it's one platter, so it's going to be faster. Here's the battery, DVD drive, fan, motherboard, system components. Alright, so I've actually never done a hard drive replacement in here, but I'm going to guess it's not that hard. Alright, so it looks like we're going to need to take off these 2 screws here. They're in front of the hard drive towards the DVD drive, and it looks like they're just about the same size as the ones we took off earlier from around the case. Okay, so I took those out. I just used the same screwdriver. It worked fine, and then this piece of plastic comes out, and now the hard drive is loosened here. So we pull it out like this, and then the SATA connector is on the head of the drive like that. Notice the black string comes over there and plugs into the motherboard. The one next to it is most likely the DVD drive. So now, without damaging this cable, that is very important. That just kind of pulls out just like that. There's your SATA connection, and here's the old hard drive. Lay that aside. And actually, on the sides of this, it looks like there are little pegs. If you can see, they stick out like that. I believe we're going to have to move those over to the new ones, the new drive, if the screws match up, and it looks like it does. So take the pegs out of the old drive, they're in the side of the hard drive, and screw them in the holes on the new hard drive. Alright, minor correction. The things in the sides are not actually screw-driven. It's the thing that looks like a star, and I can't find the sets that go in the end of my screwdriver. So I'm going to be using a pair of needle nose pliers. It seems like they're just threaded in there. They're not torqued down or anything. So I guess if you're going to do it this way, just be careful you don't put them in too hard and screw them up. Alright, so that just took a few minutes to get those little pegs in there. So now we're going to go ahead and connect up the SATA cable. I think there's only one way to do this, because it looks like there's 2 data connections, and then the smaller one obviously lines up with the smaller one. Line it up, give it a push, there it is. So now it's just kind of a reverse installation of lining up these pegs in the inside holes here, close to the outside of the machine. And then we're going to put this thing back in that we took out a few minutes ago. And the pegs kind of line up there too. That just sits on top of the hard drive. So we'll line that up and screw it back down. And I should mention that as soon as I got the old hard drive out, or the new hard drive out, and had the new one right here, I took this little flap tab here. It's just stuck on with some adhesive on the old one. I just pulled that right off the side here. You can kind of see where it was. And then I just pushed it on the new one. So in 6 months, when I'm putting a 50 terabyte solid state drive in here, it'll be easy for me to pull it out. Yeah, right. Alright, nice and easy. So that's in there. Data's connected. We had to take those out. Now that's back in. Seems real solid. So, reverse installation of putting on our aluminum cover. Before I do that, I'm going to vacuum some dust out of the fan area there and clean off this back plate, but that'll be back on in just a second. And that was easy. Just remember that your 3 long screws went up here, and then the 7 smaller screws go around the rest of the machine, and that's when the back hinge is at the top, and the screen latch would be right up here. So now that it's in there, booting it up at this point would do nothing. I'm going to have to reinstall OS 10.6 on it, and then I'm going to be restoring from a backup. I think I'm going to be doing another video later on about how to restore from the backup. I've got a Western Digital Passport drive here, 500 gig, real nice backup drive, definitely recommend it. So I'm just going to reinstall OS 10, and when you reinstall OS 10, it gives you the option to set up as a new Mac, restore from a backup. I'm just going to punch restore as a backup, plug that drive in. It'll go probably 1 to 2 to 3 hours. It's about 205 gig backup, and restore everything, absolutely everything on that drive. My dock order, my applications, my proper application activations, everything that it can possibly do will be put back on here. Does a great job. Love Time Machine. So thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope that helps some of you. If anybody has any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below, and I'll get to those pretty soon. Our website's techinform.us. My Twitter's twitter.com/JamesRSchultz. These links are located down below in the description box. The business Twitter's twitter.com/techinformus. And then catch us live every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ustream.tv/techinformus. Again, thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe, comment, rate, and everything, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.